Hi, you're watching Floyd Steinberg's YouTube channel. A few weeks ago I made that video on the Yamaha montage and I hypothetically asked if I could now sell all my other synthesizers. And I insist the title of that video was hypothetical. Nevertheless, some of you said they'd be interested in a video in which I tell you which synthesizers I sold because of the M8X. So today I'll give you a complete list of all the synthesizers I've ever bought and sold and the reasons why I bought them and why I sold them, so you can figure out yourself which devices I sold because of the Yamaha. Oh, and I'll show you which synthesizers I kept in my setup and I'll explain why. And if you think that's interesting, please join me in the next minutes. Here we go. This list begins in the early 80s and I bought a Yamaha PSS 480 in 1988 or so. And at that time I had an Atari ST home computer and both of these devices happened to have MIDI plugs, so that got me interested in what I can do with that. And the Yamaha PSS 480 was a simple FM synthesizer, but it was a polyphonic and multi-timbral one and it had sampled drums if I remember correctly. And I remember getting some cool sounds out of that keyboard. Why did I sell it? I sold it some years later because I wanted to buy something more professional sounding. And that leads us to the next synth. And that was the Yamaha TG-33, the desktop version of the SY99 if I remember correctly. This was a so-called vector synth and I bought this one because I couldn't afford the wave station. You see a continuous theme going through the story. The TG-33 is a mixture of sample-based and FM synthesizer and it had 12-bit digital to analog converters. And I think it had 4 oscillators per voice. Why did I sell it? The effects on that machine just didn't sound good. The reverb kind of sounded like a cookie jar and everything else was really basic. And programming sounds on the 2 lines display just wasn't fun. Next, the Kawai GMEGA. This was the General MIDI desktop version of the Kawai K11, I think. And besides being a General MIDI device, it had a fully programmable synthesizer inside. The device had 2 oscillators, if I remember correctly. That kind of worked like on the Roland D50. You had a short burst of sample sound at the beginning of a sound, and then a virtual analog synthesizer being responsible for the rest of the sound. This synthesizer sounded really good, and it still sounds good today. So why did I sell it? Because in the end of the 90s, home computers were getting ever more powerful, and the sound cards you could buy for these computers were getting better and better every year. So when the Sound Blaster Live came along, it was bye-bye to the Kawai GMEGA. Next, the Korg X5D. I bought this in the early 2000s because I missed playing on a keyboard. And all I remember of this synth is that it had some really great sounding preset patches. Because I was starting in my career at the time, music took a step back in the priority order. So this keyboard sat around collecting dust. So yeah, why did I sell it? Because I had no time for it. Would I buy it again? Well, maybe, but then just to see what I missed out on by ignoring that keyboard for so many years. Next, the Fantom X6. I bought this in 2006 perhaps. I had been working in my job for roughly 5 years and now I had a little bit more time and I wanted to get back into music. And I wanted to have a keyboard workstation that can replace the computer. So that means hard disk recording, synthesizing, sound processing and producing in one box. And the only instrument that really could do all of this in one keyboard at the time was that Roland keyboard. So why did I sell it? Well, that synthesizer was the biggest disappointment I ever had to work with. The screen was horrible, the UI was cluttered and confusing, and worst of all, the sound was quite bland. Using those sounds never was an inspiration for making music. So all it ever did was sit around in my basement until the situation made me so angry that I sold the thing and bought the next synthesizer. And that was the MOXF6 by Yamaha. Why did I buy it? Because someone in my neighborhood sold it for a good price. And I had money because I sold the Roland previously. The MOXF6 is the precursor to Yamaha's Mod X series, which is quite successful. And all I remember from this is it had great sounds and it was inspiring to use. I think the piano sound was great in particular, but it wasn't a great synthesizer. To edit the sounds, you had to use a software on PC and connect it to USB and then added tiny numbers and parameters, and it was quite confusing. So I sold it again after seeing a video by Schnuppeluppen's Synth channel where he showed off the Yamaha EX5. Which brings us to the Yamaha EX5. I bought this in the early 2010s and only paid $350 for this. This is kind of Yamaha's best-of synthesizer. It has the AWM sample-based format, it has FDSP, which is a hybrid of modeling synthesis and sample-based synthesis. It has a simple virtual analog synthesizer, and it has the VL, which is pure modeling synthesis. At that time I was just beginning to understand what makes a good synthesizer, and to cite a colleague of mine, this board ticked all the boxes. Why did I sell it? Well, I didn't sell it, it's still here. Next, the Waldorf Blofeld desktop version. Why did I buy this? I saw it on Lantan's YouTube channel and it sounded pretty great. This is a 16 voice, 3 oscillators per voice, polyphonic and multi-timbral virtual analog synthesizer with a very extensive mod matrix. It sounds digital in the best of ways, and at one point in your synthesizer career you should own one. Why did I sell it? Well, I bought a Novation PEAK later, and you don't need a Blofeld if you have that machine. The architecture is very similar, but the PEAK with its analog filters and its superb effects just sounds better. Also, the encoders on the Blofeld are prone to failure. Next, the VMachine. Why did I buy this? Well, because I'm running a YouTube channel and my viewers are super interested in the VMachine. This is a small box that can run VST plugins standalone. Why did I sell it? This device is nearly 20 years old and you can run only the most basic VST plugins on this that are free and that don't have licensing issues if you install it on this hardware. And the CPU is underpowered and the setup process is, frankly speaking, horrible. So here's a word of warning, don't buy this, it's just a waste of money. Nowadays there are so many small PCs and compute sticks, smartphones, laptops, tablets that will run your favorite plugins. There's absolutely no need for such a device. Next, the Teenage Engineering OP1. Why did I buy it? Because I read a newspaper article by a person I trusted, and it looked cool in ads. Why did I sell it? Well, this is a recurring theme in this video. Again and again, I overestimated the necessity of owning a travel synth. The OP1 is the perfect travel synth. It's great to toss in your backpack. It has a battery that runs for a week or so, and it has a lot of synth engines and effects. But the thing is, when you're traveling, you're seeing interesting things. You're meeting interesting people. You're walking around, you're running around, you're going swimming, and in the evenings you usually just want to sleep. So no time for using a synthesizer while traveling. So why did I sell it? I like my synthesizers with velocity and expressiveness, and the 4-track tape just didn't work for me. Also, the synths on the OP1 are very basic, and they don't sound that great, let's be honest there. Let's stay with teenage engineering for a while. Next, the pocket operators. I think every one of us owned one, at least for a certain amount of time, and I had all of them. And what can I say? They're fun. Why did I sell them? Once again, I greatly overestimated the need for portable synthesizers. And I like my music to sound glossy, with great effects, and cool stereo sounds. If you want to know, my favorite was the Factory, I think. That was the most capable of those as a synthesizer. Next, the Novation Circuit. Why did I buy it? I saw it on BoBeat's channel and it was super cool. I think almost everyone had one at a certain point in their career. The circuit is 2 synthesizers and a drum machine and a sequencer in one box, and it's really fun. And it's easy to learn. And the results are quite convincing. You can get great sounding music out of the circuit. Why did I sell it? If you want to arrange more complex song structures, the circuit is not the right device for that. At some point, its limitations will feel like a nuisance more than a creative process. The Zoom Arc 96. This device is like a Novation Circuit but ring-shaped. If I remember correctly, it could do everything the circuit could do, but more. It had more memory, it had more voices, it had more possibilities of sound shaping on its internal synthesizer. It had more buttons on its ring. Overall, this was a fun device. Why did I sell it? Well, I didn't sell it. The Zoom Arc 96 for its operations depends on the select button. And without that select button, you can't do anything with it. And on my device, that button broke within a few weeks of usage. So I sent it back, got a new one, and the button broke again. So I sent it back again and didn't get another one, but got my money back instead. Would I buy it again? No, there is no need for such devices if you own an MPC. Next, the Novation PEAK. Why did I buy it? At that time I really wanted to have one synthesizer that has knobs per function. And the Novation PEAK also sounds really good. There's no denying that. It has 3 oscillators per voice and 8 voices of polyphony. And everything is glued together by its superb reverb sound. Why did I sell it? Well, to fund my Montage M8X. Would I buy it again? No, with my current setup I can create roughly the same sounds, though I missed the filter overdrive on the Novation PEAK, which sounded really creamy and soft and smooth. It's quite difficult to replicate that on the Akai MPC or the Montage M8X. The Technics WSA-1. Why did I buy this? Well, because of this Norwegian guy here. He told me that this was the one other virtual acoustics or modeling synthesizer from the 90s that is often overlooked. So I was curious and I found one for 300 euros and bought it. And it's a good synth. It's kind of comparable to the Yamaha EX5's FDSP. You have a sample and then you have a resonator that you can attach to that sample, enabling you to come up with some quite unique sounds. Why did I sell it? I'm not a collector of gear, and the Yamaha EX5 roughly can do the same things as this machine. Also, I was getting tired of having a 19-inch rack in my room. The Yamaha AN-200. This is a desktop synthesizer that has 5 virtual analog voices, a drum track and a bass track. Why did I buy it? Well, because certain people from Norway told me that at some point in my life I should have the Yamaha AN-1X, which is their virtual analog classic synthesizer from the early 2000s. The AN-100 is the desktop version of that, but with only half the polyphony, but with an internal sequencer. And before you get a pitchforks out, I know that this description is not that precise on a technical level. Why did I sell it? Well, you don't need an AN-200 if you have a Novation PEAK. And also that box had a strange bug that skipped the first note in a drum pattern or sequence when you had a program change in there. I don't know how such a thing can pass quality control, but well, unbelievable. Would I buy it again? Nope, the Montage M8X can do everything this machine can do and more. Next, the Elektron Digitone. This is an Elektron groove box with an FM synthesizer inside. Why did I buy it? Well, it was all over YouTube suddenly, and I liked what I heard. Why did I sell it? Because MPC One with the OPX4 synthesizer is much more powerful and just lets you record music in the way you are playing it, not in the way Elektron thinks you should enter it into a sequencer. Next, the M-Audio Venom. This is a so-called virtual analog synthesizer. I bought it because people on YouTube asked me if I could do a video on this. I found one for 50 euros. At its heart, the Venom really is a sample player with a subtractive analog synthesizer engine superimposed on it. And while it doesn't sound bad, I'd also say it doesn't sound good. Would I buy it again? Absolutely not. Sounds can only be edited from a computer, and one doesn't know how long that will be possible because that keyboard hasn't been supported for 20 years or so, and the software was written for Windows XP or Windows 7. So here's my advice: don't buy an M-Audio Venom in 2025. Next, the Reface series. These are tiny Yamaha synthesizers, 37 keys I think, battery powered with speakers, and I had the CP, which is the electric piano, the DX, which is the FM synthesizer, and the AN, which is the virtual analog one. Out of these, I liked the DX the most. I had it for the longest time. On the AN, I didn't like that it doesn't have velocity sensitivity and that you can't store the sounds you create. And the CP became redundant once I bought the Yamaha EX5, which has some of the best electric piano sounds still today. I sold the DX once I had bought the Yamaha Montage, because both of them have the typical Yamaha style of FM synthesis, and I'm not a collector of gear. Would I buy them again? No, but I don't say it's a bad idea to buy them. These are good synthesizers. The Moto Synth by Gamechanger Audio. Why did I buy it? Well, because I'm a nerd and a geek, I guess. 8 spinning drum motors that synthesize sound? Sign me up. Why did I sell it? Well, I didn't sell it, it's still here. And I won't ever sell it. It's such a unique piece of engineering, and it sounds unique. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would, but I don't know if I really can recommend buying one to you. The motors are super loud. You'll definitely need closed headphones while using this synthesizer. Otherwise, the noise becomes unbearable after 5 or 10 minutes of usage. The 1010 Music Blackbox. Why did I buy it? Because once again I greatly overestimated the importance of owning portable gear. This is a sequencer and sample player and a nice and sturdy enclosure with a touch screen. It has a lot of inputs and outputs, so I don't say it's a bad device. It's just that you don't really need this if you own an MPC One. Plus, when I first used it, the firmware was in its early days and it had quite some bugs, and a lot of features that have been added over the years weren't there. Would I buy it again? Nope, you don't need that if you own an MPC One, as I already said. The Nord Drum 1. This is, I think, an FM synthesizer specialized in creating bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat and cymbal sounds. Why did I buy it? It was cheap on eBay and I saw it on Woody's channel. Why did I sell it? Yeah, because, you guessed it, MPC One. MPC One's drum computer roughly does the same thing and it's living inside a powerful sequencer. Next, the Yamaha RS7000. What is it? It's a groove box, designed specifically for live usage. If I remember correctly, it has 32 tracks and everything you can do on there can be done while it's running its loops. So while being on a stage, coming up with some cool beats and loops is really easy. It has a lot of knobs and faders and pads, so you can do all that electronic music stuff that a DJ or stage performer could want to do. Why did I sell it? I'm not a live performer, and everything else the RS7000 can do can be done in the same way on the MPC One. And MPC One is much smaller than this device and has way more synth engines to choose from. Next, the Artifon Orba. What is it? It's a lemon-shaped mini groove box with 4 tracks, drums, bass, chords and melody, and a simple sequencer. Why did I buy it? Because I vastly overestimate the need for portable synthesizers. Why did I sell it? While the Orba has some great ideas and doesn't sound too bad, ultimately everything on that box is undercooked. You can create only the most basic of sequences or loops, and Artifon never bothered to expand on their ideas. All in all, a very disappointing device. The Alesis Micron. I bought it because certain guy from Norway. It's an 8-voice 3-oscillator synth with built-in effects, 37 keys keyboard and some special filters. I found one cheap on the Bay. It was broken. I repaired it with the help of one of my viewers and then I sold it again. If you remember, that 3-oscillator 8 voices, big mod matrix kind of design is quite common in my setup, and I'd argue you don't need a Micron if you already have a Novation PEAK. Would I buy it again? Nope. Next. We're getting to the good stuff. Yamaha QY100. This is a general MIDI or extended general MIDI sequencer, sound module and arranger keyboard in one. It's portable and it's battery powered. Why did I buy it? because my friend Lanthan told me it's a great device. And what can I say, he is totally right. In many ways, the Yamaha QY100 still is a very unique sequencer on which you can write songs, and in certain ways you can also modify the sounds that are pre-installed. If you're looking for a battery-powered sequencer to be the centerpiece of your desktop setup, this is certainly not the worst choice even in 2025. So why did I sell it? Because the Yamaha QY70 is a bit smaller and I don't need the audio input on the QY100. Neither do I need the smart media card, which is outdated media anyway. The QY70.
Stay out of sight, wonder if I should try to reach out.
Again, this is a portable sequencer, battery powered, with a lot of arranger functions built in. This means you can change the key your composition is in live. Why did I buy it? Because it's a QY100 but smaller. It has not as many sounds as the QY100, but to make up for that it has a drum groove formatting feature. So any groove you entered can be converted to samba, hip-hop or something like that. Why did I sell it? Yeah, MPC One. I sometimes regret selling the QI70 and I hope Yamaha comes out with a modernized version someday.
Just let the storm clouds roll.
The Dreadbox Nymphes. Why did I buy it? I wanted to own a real analog synthesizer for once. What is it? It's a 6-voice analog synthesizer just like the Roland Juno in a small blue box. Why did I sell it? The Nymphes is a great sounding analog synthesizer that is let down by its not so good user interface, which has multiple functions for each slider and button, and by its dreadful sounding reverb. Would I buy it again? No. To be honest, I'm not a person that really hears the difference between analog and virtual analog synthesizers, and while the Nymphes certainly is a good sounding synthesizer, so is the Montage, for example, or any soft synth plugin on Akai's MPC One. The Roland JD-08. Why did I buy it? Because I vastly overestimate the necessity of portable synthesizers from time to time. What is it? It's the modern version of the classic JD-800 from the 1990s. Why did I sell it? Nothing the JD-08 can do can't be done on the Yamaha EX5 or now on the Yamaha Montage. Would I buy it again? No, unless Roland lets us upload our own samples to these devices, and we know that won't happen. MPC One. Why did I buy it? Well, because I wanted to have a Groovebox type sequencer that doesn't bug me with arbitrary limitations. MPC One was the cheapest of the MPCs when it came out, so it's the most bang for the buck you can get. To be honest, MPC One can replace your complete synth setup if you want to. It's perfectly possible to create any kind of song from any kind of genre on this device without ever touching another device, including your DAW. If you like its workflow, this is the device I recommend buying. So why did I sell it? Well, I had it for 5 years or something, but now with MPC Live 3 around, I decided it was time to upgrade, and I don't regret it. More on that later. Yamaha SY85. This is one of the first rumblers that had a digital filter built in. in the late 80s or early 90s. Why did I buy it? Because I needed it for a job assignment. Why did I sell it? I finished my job assignment. Would I buy it again? Nope, Montage EX5. The Roland JX-08. This is the virtual analog one with 32 voices and 2-part multi-debrellity. Why did I buy it? Because I greatly overestimate the need for portable synthesizers and because of Espencraft's video. Why did I sell it? I absolutely don't need it with MPC One and the montage around. The sound of those boutique synthesizers just isn't unique enough to justify having them lying around in the house. The Roland AIRA series. Why did I buy them? Because I greatly overestimate the need for portable synthesizers. I had all four, and the one I'd recommend owning if you want to own portable synthesizers is the T8, the drum computer, and the S1 with its shapeable oscillators. Why did I sell them? Ultimately, they're nice, but very limited in their sonic range. And having only one oscillator, for example on the S1, excludes a lot of sounds you can create on other synthesizers. And wave shaping, for example, is possible on the montage, so I sold them. Yamaha SY99. This is a classic Yamaha workstation from the early 90s, which was the most ambitious FM synthesizer up till today. It's also the only hardware synthesizer that is capable of using samples for its operators. So you can modulate samples with Yamaha's FM engine. Why did I buy it? Because I needed it for a job assignment. Why did I sell it? Because I finished my job assignment. Would I buy it again? No. Being able to use samples in FM synthesis is nice, but for me personally it's not that important, and the SY99 is a big bulky synthesizer and I have no room for that here. The Yamaha SeqTrak or SeqTrak, sequencer, SeqTrak. Why did I buy it? It's a Yamaha Groovebox with a Reface DX inside and an AWM engine tacked on. Why did I sell it? You need an app to use it as intended, and I didn't like the user interface. Would I buy it again? No. Yamaha MU2000.
Oh, my plans have kind of failed.
Why did I buy it? It was the last General MIDI synthesizer that Yamaha built in the early 2000s, and I always was intrigued when I saw them on eBay. They were sold in Japan exclusively, so buying them always was very expensive. But last year the prices went down considerably, so I bought one. Why did I sell it? The MU2000 is a superb synth with the audio input and a sequencer and a lot of possibilities of shaping sounds. In reality, it's a miniature size of the first Motive keyboard by Yamaha. But even with the AN expansion card it had, there's no need to keep it around with the montage and the EX5 and the MPC One, so I sold it. The ESI or Easy X Synth. Why did I buy it? Well, because I greatly overestimate the need for portable synthesizers. This one is a particularly great sounding synth. With 3 oscillators per voice, I know it's a Rompler, and a fully implemented subtractive synthesizer built on top of that. Why did I sell it? Well, I didn't sell it. I decided to keep it around. It's quite usable as a MIDI keyboard for your DAW, and the sound engine is good enough so you can just, while using it as a MIDI keyboard for a DAW, use its USB audio output to record some tracks without needing to load a plugin. So that's a bit convenient there. Would I buy it again? Maybe. Alesis sample pad. Why did I buy it? I wanted to have a drum pad around after I sold my Alesis drum kit, or the full drum kit I had, in order to make room for my new synthesizer desk. And I quite enjoyed having the drum beam while I had it. Why did it sell? The sample pad is still here, it's on my desk, and I use it quite frequently. There are 4 pads on there that are easy to use, if a bit stiff. But at that price point, it's really hard to complain. Quite a lot of my viewers said that their sample pad broke down or had quality issues. Luckily, that's not the case with my specimen here. But please, if you're interested, do your own research on the internet. The Twisted Electrons Therapset. This is a synthesizer version of the Commodore 64 sound chip. Not only that, the Therapset can run up to 2 of these chips simultaneously. Why did I buy it? I saw it on Abracadabra's channel, and later on Superbooth 24, where it brought quite a crowd. This is still in my setup and I didn't sell it. And finally, the Yamaha Montage M8X. Why did I buy it? Mainly because it's a synthesizer with a weighted keyboard and polyphonic aftertouch. Plus I wanted a synthesizer with a good piano sound. The Montage is all of that, and with its virtual analog, FM and sample-based synth engines and its hands-on controls, it's probably all the synth you ever need in your life, if you have the space. And last but not least, MPC Live 3. What can I say? I've owned the MPC One for many years, and it was always my go-to machine for actually creating music. MPC Live 3 is all of that, but better. It boots faster because there's an SSD inside instead of an SD card. It has a surprisingly nice speaker system. It has a much more powerful CPU and more random access memory, and the new touch-sensitive touchpads are very nice to have as well. To sum it up, this is what's left in my setup now. Here's MPC Live, this is the sample pad, the motor synth, this is the Zoom R20, the Behringer mixers and patch fields, Therapset, Mercury X pedal, Ellipse time slip pedal, Zoom MS-70 CDR, that pocket computer, cheap compressor from Thomann, Strymon Iridium pedal, the Montage, the X-Synth, Zoom R4, the Woo-1, Zithian 5, what's that? I don't know what that is, Woofbox, Clockwork Pi, Microdext, couple of DIY stuff, more DIY stuff and the hothouse pedal and the monkey keyboard. There's some other stuff that people from China sent me over the year, but it's not in this cupboard here. Oh yeah, that's the EX5. Not in use at the moment, but I will bring it back to life soon. And here's that EWI from Grayton. That's a nice thing to have. And the Vox Starstream guitar. Here's a Thomann the One box. Loudspeaker, amplifier, if I'm playing my keyboards somewhere else than at home. Yep, and that's it for today. Thanks for keeping this channel afloat another year, despite the ever-changing algorithm and other funny ideas YouTube imposed on creators and viewers alike in this year. Do you like those AI-enhanced videos and shorts? Or AI comments in your feed? Man, I don't know. I'll see you again in January with this thing here. And it also could be that I've started working on a hardware synthesizer. For updates, subscribe to this channel. As always, thanks for watching and see you again in 2026. Bye bye.